Okay, welcome everyone. Will start our lesson 5. Today lesson will go through LO5, which is learning outcome 5, be able to involve functional area in an organization's chain management. My name is Anjum Sattar and my email address anjum@ukversity.co.uk. If you have any question, please drop me email if you're listening this recording. So always good to be when we start any session, always reflect what is the chain management, how much current your knowledge, what sort of the techniques, what is the management itself as well. So what is the management? Anyone? You can think about management is a process of designing an environment to achieve the pre-selected objective. If you're a manager, you have to design an environment to achieve. Always managers, what managers does managers create their job to create surplus input minus less inputs and more outputs. Yes, that's managers. In management we create synergy. We try to make 2 plus 2 equal to 5. It means the less input and will create the more output. What are the management functions? Do we know management function? Organizing, implementation, staffing, controlling. These are all the function of management. So as a good manager, try to create an environment. They create the policy, they implement the change. So change can be implemented if we are a good manager. So according to one of the great scholar, Peter Drucker, he said he mentioned the failure of any organization is a failure of managers, and the success of any organization is a success of managers. So managers try to create the surplus. So as a good manager, they try to create a surplus. So surplus can only be created if we have a good policies and procedures in place. So be able to involve the functional area in organization, chain management, integration of all the discipline, finance, HR. These are all known as a functional area in the organization. Quality, business strategies. The word strategy is derived from the Greek word strategist, which we use in military. The word strategies we need to be. So communicate with the internal and external stakeholders. We need to be integration. We have to. And then so 5.1, we have explained the relationship between management, discipline, and effective organization. So first of all, discipline, it can be any department in different functional area of organization. If we have to implement the chain only can be implemented. First of all, you understand the culture of organization. What is meant by culture? Culture means norms, values, policies, structure. All these represent the culture of organization. So organization culture play a key role in the success and the failure of the organization. So chain management is the overarching approach taken is an organization to move from current to the future desirable state using coordinated and structural approach in the collaboration with the stakeholders. Stakeholders mean anybody who has any interest in the organization is a stakeholder. So chain management is often needed to ensure continuous survival or business relevance. So if we have combining the chain management with the management of the project work, offer the best potential for delivering new results, capabilities, successfully embedding the chain and enabling the required benefits. So this is called the chain management. The change management process is linked with the strategy, with the acquisition and deployment with the operation, and ultimately realization of the expected benefit. If we don't do it, we can't really sustain, like such as organization. These won't sustain in the organization. So that's why we need to be change. So change management, what is the change management itself? Change management is a systematic process, the systematic approach, application of knowledge, tool, resources to deal with the change. It's involved defining, adopting corporate strategies, structures, procedures, technology to handle the changes in the external conditions and the business environment. Effective change management goes beyond the project management, technical tasks, and undertaking enact organizational change, involve leading the people side of the major change within our organization, successfully implement the new processes, product, and the business strategies while minimizing the negative outcome. Minimizing the negative outcome, that's the key, which we need to go through. If we don't do it, of course, we can't sustain it and we can't really. Okay, so to keep pace of the consistent evolving the business world, organization often need to implement enterprise-wide changes affecting their processes, product, people, change in the fact life of the business today. It can be difficult for the people to resist it, but to develop an agile workforce culture and should follow the systematic approach of major change. Organization development expert always establish the approaches successful. So we have to leaders always the person who has the ability to influence is called leader. So must identify and respond quickly to the market changes, unexpected challenges, but most are not the position to create a Gale culture, yet Gale leadership from the CEO down to the line management. Separate high performance from the lower performance organization. Company that consistently outperform the competitor in profitability, market shares, revenue growth, and the customer satisfaction reported much greater quality than the lower performance. That's we need to. Okay, so when we do these, we always look the HR, look the link of HR working together, link with the manager, organization development, and link, working together and review if it and the capacity and the flexibility and the skills, then we can achieve. Okay. Then one of Royal Mail, of course, the leading, so in the UK Royal Mail. So it is in the Victorian E-Day, Royal Mail was invented and its speed and reliability recent decades suffer a management crisis, industrial dispute, and lost profit, struggling to modernize the fast enough to keep the pace with the loss of the latter's volume to the electronic media, strategy not to improve the efficiency, profitability, and privatization. So Royal Mail is privatized and they sell the shares to the local investors. Yes, you will see the lot of post offices closed, lot of restructuring happen in the organization, and ultimately, it's ultimately, of course, is affect the company's operation. So what we need to, when you do the change, define clarity roles in the change management process, clarify what is changing and why, identify the stakeholders, those are going to be affected. Stakeholders mean anybody who has any interest, or they can be influenced by the action of the company, or their lives will be influenced. So those are the stakeholders. Establish the project time frame and clarify the success measures. Conduct impact and the stakeholder assessment. Create change, stakeholder engagement plan. Identify the risk and create the risk mitigation. Plan and design the plan to be communicated and trained. Okay, define, plan, implement, and sustain. So that's why the change is very important. Otherwise, we can't really sustain in our organization, and it's a crucial in the any organization for sustainability. So we'll carry on implementing the change, and change can be only implemented by if we have a continuous process. It's not a stop, which carry on improving. That's why the CPD and continue. So management is about the coping with the complexity. Leadership, by contrast, is about the coping with the change. According to the John Cotter, one of the great scholar, and wrote many books about change management, and gave the model. Individual barriers to change, and sometimes people are not willing to change. Tradition set ways, loyalty of existing relationship, failure to accept the need for change, insecurity, preference for the existing arrangement, breakup work group, different personal ambition, fear, loss of power, loss of skill, loss of income, unknown redundancy, inability to perform as well and in the new situation. Inappropriate change management. Change is often resisted because of the failure in the way it is introduced. So explain the need of the change, provide the information, consult, negotiate, support, involve people in the success. Build the trust and sense of security. If you don't do it, we can't really sustain it. That's why is a crucial element is the change management process. Build implies relationship. That's quite crucial. Okay, next. Okay, 5.2, critically analyze the role of business function. So example of change in the Nokia. Nokia has been the market shares in the mobile phone plumped as the competitors like Apple, Samsung, HTC taken and joined the Nokia and began the strategic review and famously linked Nokia position and like the standing the burning platform. And Feb announced the new strategy for the Nokia to the partner with the Microsoft and abandon Nokia's Sunbeam operating system. Yes, they change, and that is a huge, the change was for the Nokia and its operation. So five staff is welcome change, opportunity for performing change and development, provide the new challenges, reduce the boardroom of work and opportunity participate and create the opportunity is not always the loss of the job and role of the leadership in change. Strategic leadership is a vital business is to achieve the strategic change. Clear vision need to be aligned organization to deliver strategy. Embody the chain of symbolic leadership. How to newcomers can help to drive the chain. New CEO bring the fresh. Yes, under lot of we've seen under new management. Sometimes people and the organization advertise new functional management, new ideas, expertise can break down the culture and the resistant consultant specialist and facilitating the change. Anybody any question, please? If you have, you can. Those are listening, you can drop me email. Okay, stages when we prepare the change. Make sure we do the environmental analysis, political, economic, social, SWOT, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. Identify the changes required. Identify the major issues. Identify the key stakeholders. Win the support of the key individuals. Identify obstacle can be determine the degree of risk and the cost of change, and understand why change is resisted. Building the vision, develop a clear vision, make the people clear about what a change involve and how they involve, what is the involve, what is proposed change, and why should we do, and all we need to look around. Okay, plan, The chain, devise appropriate strategies to introduce the chain, design the chain, identify the significant, discuss, allow the appropriate planning, communicate the plan, and plan the chain, devise the sensible time scale, produce action plan, monitoring chain, allow people participate in the chain process, get parties involved, inspire confidence, devise sensible time, and anticipate problem of implement, understand the chain. Okay, implement the chain, check on the record process, make sure the chain is permanent, evaluate the chain, improve on any weak areas. Okay, that's we need to. Okay, next we need to look around, evaluate in integrated chain management plan for an organization. Example of the chain, Starbucks share prices fell 40%, 2000. Starbucks turned the founder, Howard, turned the business around and brutal about what had gone wrong and needed to done to fix the business. When you succeed at this level so long, you will little soft said, and we had to get back to the made the company great and have the courage and curiosity and commitment to do the things and have not been done before. So that's, they learn from it. Change is management, organization structure, personal team, processes, location, workload. Yes, do the project on every aspect and then implement that. A Gale business change, according to the Chartered Institute of HMR professional, what capability organization need to be changeable? Here are the results. Okay, technique help to change cross-functional teams, strong internal communication, negotiation, action planning, chain agent, and certain amount of implement. Helping people to accept change, consider, involve them, consult and inform, be firm about the flexible monitor. Reason why resistant to change, failing to specific about the change, failing to explain why change is needed, not consulting, keeping people in the dark and creating excessive pressure, expecting immediate results, not dealing with the fear, anxiety, and ignore. So reasons why changes can fail implies don't understand the purpose, and lack of planning and the poor communication can be one of the reason the chain can be in place. So turn around the chain, why where the business need to be achieved the rapid improvement in performance in order to survive, and we need to be the key requirement to turn around is a rapid speed chain. Crisis management, you can use it. Chain, new people needed. Rapid cost reduction, need to be labor, reduce working capital, tightening financial control and revenue generation, pricing strategy, and focus on the market segment. And ultimately, this lead to be. So I copied the link for you guys. It's good to be read, please, in your own time. And the next lesson will be about the assignment discussion, and that will help us to further to address our learning outcome. I have copied the link for you for the slides as well. If you want to use them, please, it's quite good to use them, and hope so I speak you all during our next lesson, which is lesson 6, which is about will be assignment discussion. And thanks for listening and attending. Have a nice time. Bye bye.